means listen. It's called hearer, or like in Tibetan, Nyentu, means they hear from Buddha, and then they make other people heard that, whatever they taught, in meaning they're teaching. First they listen, and then they teach to other students or disciples. That's called hearer. Meaning that hearer kind of has this what you call connotation of being close to Buddha. We call Loma, the disciple, kind of close. Pratyeka Buddha, once they study, and then they are solitary. They are solitary realizer. They go alone, and then they just practice themselves. They don't mingle with other people. They just go alone, like we call it, like a what do you call that? Animal with this.
Unicorn.
Sorry.
Unicorn.
Not unicorn.
Cyclops.
Rhinoceros. Yeah, rhinoceros. Yeah. They tend to go alone. They are not social animal. So that's why it's called Siruta Virangye in Tibetan. Siruta Virangye. The Pratyeka Buddha, they go alone like rhinoceros. They go alone, and then they meditate, and then that's their main practice. So, but this hearer or the Pratyeka Buddha, the Sravakas, they listen to Buddha, and then they go and teach to others. They are quite social. The Pratyeka Buddhas, no, they are not social. They go along, right? So they are what you call Nyentu, Sharvaka, 5 parts. Sharvaka has 5 parts. Part of seeing, part of accumulation, part of preparation, part of seeing, part of meditation, part of normal learning. This normal learning is not Buddhahood, but they, now they don't have anything to learn in terms of their own this path, right? They complete that path. So part of normal learning. The Pratyeka Buddha also same. Pratyeka Buddha has also part of accumulation, part of preparation, part of seeing, part of meditation, and part of normal learning. So 10. And Bodhisattva has 5 paths. So in this case, this is referring to Bodhisattva in the Heart Sutra. Part of accumulation, part of preparation, part of seeing, part of meditation, and part of normal learning. So here, like a gate means gone, right? Gate. And then what? Gate, paragate, gone beyond. And what is the translation? Gate, paragate, parasangate, gone perfectly beyond, or something like that. And then at the end, I don't remember the translation, but then last one, parasanga, bodhisattva means now enlightenment, Buddhahood. So this mantra actually shows 5 paths. Gone means gone. First gone refers to path of accumulation. Second gone refers to path of preparation. And then gade. Para means beyond in Sanskrit. Paragati means now path of seeing. See, Arya. See, path of seeing means seeing directly, not just seeing seeing emptiness, but seeing emptiness directly. So that path is called path of seeing, means seeing directly emptiness, directly. Path of seeing. So okay. And then when you see that's your first time. Then you have to also kind of meditate for a long time in order to, get rid of all the obscurations. So you have to do lots of repetition. That's called part of meditation. You have to make a familiarization, again and again, meditating again and again until you completely eradicate the obscurations. So that's part of meditation. And then finally, when you abandon all the obscurations, then you become part of normal learning, the state of Buddha, enlightenment, right? So this gate, paragate, parasangate, bodhi, swaha, bodhi, Buddhahood, right? So now here, in this, the definition of emptiness, this from here to here, this all talk about two paths: path of accumulation and path of preparation. Path of accumulation, meaning when you have to accumulate lots of merits, like generosity, patience, and all sorts of things. You have to accumulate lots of merit in order to, enhance this bodhicitta. You have to a lot of accumulation. Your focus is accumulation, a lot of accumulation. This merit, accumulating merits. So that's which is why it's called path of accumulation, accumulating merits. Path of preparation. So now you're preparing for the path of seeing. So this is the kind of a preparatory to the path of seeing. So that's called path of preparation. You're preparing to see directly emptiness here, path of preparation. Then path of seeing, of course, you're seeing directly emptiness. And then here, not only just seeing one time is enough, so you have to see it again and again and again and again until you eradicate all the obscurations. So that's all part of meditation. And then finally, when you eradicate all the obscurations, then you become Buddha. So part of normal learning, right? So here, in this outline, here, from here to here, it talks about how to traverse in path of accumulation and path of preparation. How to practice, how to engage into those two paths. So it's good to remember that one. So now, form is emptiness. It sounds so simple, right? Let me have a little drink before I can jump into such a big topic. Actually, when I watched my videos, old videos, when I taught Tibetan, I was so exhausted, extremely exhausted. Right now, I'm much better because I prepared a lot, but not as much as I did for the Tibetans, because at that time I was so exhausted, extremely exhausted, really, because too much thinking and deeply thinking. So anyway, so it's not easy topic. Okay. Sometimes when I talk, I totally get lost into topic, and then I keep talking, and I don't realize that you have to go all the way back to Hamilton. Okay. Form is emptiness. Now, form sounds so simple, right? So form is emptiness. Emptiness, form is so simple. But when you think about it, it's really difficult. Now, we have to understand form. What is form? Oh, this is what I was going to make this point. Then I got distracted. So, if you know the Tibetan term for form, it's quite interesting. Form is called suk in Tibetan. Suk. Tibetan is called suk. Form is called suk. Suk means kind of point. Zumu, suk means to point your finger to somebody, something. So that means form is of course, it's not, it doesn't cover everything, but it covers main, almost all of the, not all, but majority of the form. Meaning, if it is form, then you should be, not you should be, but yeah, you should be able to say this is form. See this one, this is form. You can actually point it to here, point to it, like finger, point your finger, right? Emptiness you can't point. Like bodhicitta, you can't actually point your finger and say, this is bodhicitta, or emptiness, this is emptiness, or this is Buddhahood, or you can't point. But form, you can actually point the finger. Zog means Tibetan, means to point the finger. So something that you can point your finger to, zog in Tibetan, zog. So that's, see, if you know this word, it gives you some extra understanding, right? Extra meaning there. So it doesn't cover everything, but it covers quite a bit, right? Okay, so form. So now the meaning of the form. So it sounds so simple, right? But you think carefully, it's difficult. If you define sukh, it's difficult. Now, what does sukh mean? So sukh is something which is appear to a mind which is appear to a kind of confused or mistaken mind. Excuse me. If the form doesn't really appear to wisdom or emptiness. Excuse me. When you think about when you think about emptiness, actually what happened is, let's say, this mug, right? Let's say when you think about this mug, of course you can actually point it, right? And then when you think about the emptiness of this mug, the mug will actually dissolve, disappear. When you think about the emptiness of this mug, it will disappear. The mug will disappear. So this mug doesn't actually appear to the wisdom of emptiness. To the wisdom of emptiness, mug doesn't exist. It doesn't appear to me. Because the very emptiness is kind of almost like a dissolution of the mug is emptiness. When you have, like, let's say you have ice cream, when the ice cream melts, so that there's watery, whatever that is, that's ice cream now. When the ice is kind of when ice melts, so water, right, it becomes water. So that water is the ice now. Right? Similarly, when you think about the emptiness of the form, the wisdom of emptiness of the form will not see the mug. Mug will disappear, totally dissolve. So what you see is the emptiness of the mug. So this wisdom of emptiness can only see the emptiness of the mug. So ultimately, mug cannot be seen by the wisdom of emptiness. So then, what is form now? What is mug? What is form? Form only appears to mistaken and confused mind, right? Appears. It doesn't appear to the perfect mind or unmistaken mind, which is the emptiness and wisdom of emptiness. It doesn't appear to that mind. It appears to confused and mistaken mind. We see then appear to like eyes or mind mistaken. So then we see the form, and then we project that as a form, and also we also give name to that phenomenon we call form. This is how the form is actually created. Actually, in reality, ultimate nature, in the face of ultimate nature, wisdom of emptiness, the form doesn't actually exist. It can dissolve. You can see. So the form is just actually creation of confused mind in reality. The creation of confused mind. And then we also give name, oh, that's form. Then form exists. Form come into existence. Otherwise, in reality, in ultimate nature, there's no form. So that's called form now, form. Let's say form is emptiness. Meaning, when you look at this mug, when you try to find the mug, you will never find that mug. So that is called form is emptiness. So now I'll give you an example for this one. Since we all use computer. So if you look at the screen, at the red color in computer, when you see a red color in computer, if you zoom in, red color, zoom in, more and more zoom, you zoom in more and more, and then at one point, what you will see is only white color. In computer, if you check that one, let's say red color, very sharp red, right? Redness is there. So then you zoom in, right? Magnify it, bigger and bigger. At one point, all you see is the white color. The red is will disappear. So that is called form is emptiness. That red is empty of that redness, right? What you see is actually white. So that white, what you see, white is that red. If you zoom out, that white will become red. Did you try that one? Yeah, you should try. I've tried that. So you should try that with actually there are several sort of let's say examples I can give. That's one you should try. If you look at the red in computer and then magnify or zoom in, and then at one point you will lost that redness. Well, all you see is white color. So then now that's red is that white color. So the form is empty, right? Emptiness is form. That white color, that very white color is the red color. Right? So anyway, I'll give you another example if you don't familiar with that one. I thought you should be doing this all the time. Okay, now I'll give you another example. Let's say in India, when I was in India, there are so many snakes. My goodness, so many, especially in monsoon time. Really, you can actually step on the. I'm still wondering why didn't I die? There's so many cobras, poisonous snakes, really. But somehow they say that if you have pure monks and nuns vow, that those very deadly animals will not harm you. They say that. When somebody is, like if the monk is bitten by like a mad dog or something, people say, oh, maybe. Really, it's true. They say, usually they say, if you're a pure monk, if your morality is pure, then they say, no, the mad dog will not bite you. And then if you're bitten by mad dog, maybe you should shut your mouth. Otherwise they will doubt, maybe yes, he's not a real monk, although he's wearing like a monk's robe, but maybe he's not monk. So anyway, at the monastery, in monsoon time, so many snakes. Sometimes you see, not in the very dark, but kind of a little bit when darkness kind of start coming.
Twilight.
At twilight, yeah, a little bit later than that. So then if you see a coiled like a rope, and then all of a sudden, like it may be multicolored, rope, sometimes we become kind of so afraid, and sometimes we would even jump. So we think that's a snake. So at that time, although there is no snake, zero snake, but from your this eye, confused and mistaken consciousness or the mind, there is 100% snake, right? So that rope is actually empty of snake. So rope is emptiness. Emptiness is rope now, right? That very rope is the snake that you thought, a snake that appeared to you as a snake. So that emptiness is kind of a form. Form is emptiness, meaning that the rope is empty of that snake. But you see, right, because the exaggeration, or your mistaken mind, you think at that time if somebody asks you, then at the very moment you say 100% yes, there is a snake because he jumped. But in reality there is no snake. So form is emptiness. The rope is empty of snake. But it appears to you the very snake, real snake. So that snake is actually the rope, right? Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. So the rope is this snake that appeared to you, right? So form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. And then, of course, emptiness is not other than the form. If you ignore this mug, and then you try to see the emptiness of mug, then you won't find it, emptiness of mug or emptiness of form, right? So that's called emptiness is not other than the form, and form is also not other than emptiness. So these are the four characteristics of the emptiness. And also there is another one. Or maybe, I think that's enough now. You should definitely check that with the red color. I find that is most effective. This is quite astonishing, because that very red color slowly turns into white. And that very white color is the red when you zoom out, right? So there is no red color, then the white color, no white color, then the red color, so like that. So I find that's the most effective kind of analogy or example. I like that. And also this rope thing, also very, that's kind of classic example, very nice one. One time, one monk, he was walking in the field. We grow at the monastery. We grow lots of corn, maize, corn, and then we cut from the bottom, and then we plow them, and then sometimes monks just walk in the big field. And one time, while he was walking, he heard whack. It turned out that actually the snake has actually attacked him. Because if you are wearing pants or trousers, you could be dead. Because he was wearing like a skirt, like a monk's robe. But I think the snake actually got a little confused. So he bit here on the skirt, like that. So he got so scared, he ran away. So actually, he was not actually sort of, luckily he was not hurt. So lots. When we were growing up with little boy, there were so many snakes, and also elephant, wild elephant. I have a story, maybe I should tell a story. When I was young, at that time monks don't have this gas thing, not even kerosene. Monks were so poor, so they go and they go to like a forest and collect fuel, like twigs and branches, and sometimes they cut tree also. Sorry, it's not allowed, but they do. So then we bring in tractors and then bring back to monastery, and then we use it for fuel. So then there was a monk. He's kind of a little macho kind of monk, short, his little eyes little like that, crooked, and so kind of little bully also. He's kind of very loud and macho kind of type of monk, older monk. So at that time he was pretty young. So they were just roaming in the forest, and then he saw an elephant lying down. So then he called his friend, other monks, come here. The elephant is dead here. We can actually take out his tusk. Come here. So when they actually approach the elephant actually go down, run away. So they got lucky, and then they actually ran. Monks can be so crazy, really. Sometimes they do like crazy things. They have this fire, and then they chase elephant with the fire. Don't you think it's crazy? Elephant somehow they didn't really attack, but they could have. But then the monks also were quite smart. Actually, they are not totally this stupid, but they know if the elephant, male elephant, when they walk alone, then you better leave him alone. But they can actually come and kill you. There was one time one very beautiful Indian young girl, really, 17, 18 or 19, maybe 17, 18, beautiful. Usually in our neighborhood, the Indian ladies, girls are not that pretty. She's extremely... Sorry. So I didn't mean to focus on that one. But that Indian girl, so pretty. And then one day she was going to town. Oh, no. In a very small, narrow like path, and then she encountered with the elephant. And then what did the elephant do? He actually torn apart. Oh my goodness! The elephant can be very, very. So that's why I clearly remember that young lady. Not that I was too attracted to her, but I remember that. I was so sorry, Yeah. So both. So I was so. That was devastating, It's our neighbor. So really young, 18 or 19, or it could be even 17. So really sad, So sometimes you have to be careful when the. Elephant is alone, male, then you better leave him alone. I think I'll stop here today. I have tons of stories, but I can't tell you. Okay, we have 5 minutes. Then, do you have any questions?
Okay, something occurred to me. Question. when talking about Avalokiteshvara, practicing the profound Prajamita, he saw the 5 skandhas to be empty of nature. So if the entire human being is composed of the 5 skandhas, are the 5 skandhas, are they meditating on themselves?
No, actually you are not meditating on the skandhas, but rather you are meditating on the emptiness of the 5 skandhas. Like first you meditate on, like, form is emptiness. Then you're meditating on the emptiness of the form. Then you can also apply that to like a feeling is emptiness.
Is there something outside of the skandhas, like, that can meditate on the skandhas?
Can you repeat that?
Like
consciousness. So the consciousness is the skandha.
Yes, one. You see, consciousness.
Beyond
What's
consciousness.
meditating on the skandhas?
Sorry?
What's meditating on the skandhas?
Skandha is, like a form, right?
Yeah, but what is meditating on the skandhas?
No, we are not meditating on the skandha. We are actually meditating on the emptiness of the skandhas, 5 skandhas. Meaning, when you think about the emptiness of the form, or let's say, emptiness of this mug. First I can see the mug. Okay, then you go deeper. Now you try to find the mug. Dissect the mug, and then go deeper and deeper. You won't find the mug at all. Only thing.
Itself.
Yeah.
But
It
what
doesn't
is
exist
doing
in
the
and of
meditating?
Sorry?
What is doing the meditating?
Oh, you mean?
What do you mean by that? Now you are kind of focusing on the emptiness of the. Actually, you should, if you meditate, then you will understand. When you meditate on the emptiness, right? Emptiness, then you feel the ultimate, this joy, and ultimate equanimity and peace. If you can say, let's say, our mind is crazy and I'm suffering and I'm really disturbed, then you check yourself. Where is that self? Where is this I? And then you check, is this form? Is this feeling? Is feeling yourself? Is form is the self? And you go one by one, each skandha, then you won't find the skandha. But when these 5 skandha come together, then out of that, the self or the I occurs. But then you dissect them, you put them away. Let's say 5 skandhas, like 5 things, right? 5 things. You have 5 things. Okay, this is form is not self, and feeling is not self, and then the discrimination is not self, and then composition factor is not self. Consciousness also is not self or the I. So now, when you separate them, you won't find the I. Where's the I now? If you pull together, if you pull them together, then it appears. The self appears. So when you think like that, try to find, then you will find the real peace there. That's called meditation, right? Then you will find your mind will be calm. So this self, I, of course, I will go into much deeper in the later session. But see, this is what we are trying to find, ultimately. Think about yourself, and then this sense of this strong I, or the self, is the creation source of all our problems. So this is what we are trying to really resolve, try to find out. Then, even if you don't have full realization, even meditation can help a lot for me and everybody. And you will feel relaxed, relief, just meditating. When you don't have that self, all the other, which is connected with that self will also be dissolved. So there's no pain, suffering, enemy, agitation, nothing. It's just so peaceful. So that's what we are trying to meditate, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of understand what you're.
Yeah, this will come later. We will go very deep. The last session, you will really kind of have this taste of emptiness.
I'm not going to.
Okay,
Could
go
I
ahead.
say that
Sure.
if you're asking what could be meditating on the skandhas, if the skandhas are empty, but the meditator is not other than emptiness.
Mhm.
The mind, which is the skandha, meditating on it, is also not other than emptiness. So there then becomes a sense of inseparability of like, the meditator and the object of meditation become indistinguishable.
Yeah. It was a leading question.
Yes.
Yeah. That I think I will also touch on that subject later. Yeah. So because it's very powerful, especially when you practice Vajrayana. There is one point where you can actually, as David said, so there is something practice. One point is so important. We'll go on that one later. Okay, so any question? Then we will stop. Go ahead.
Can I just clarify, I guess, if you don't mind?
Mhm.
When you said you translated the words in the mantra Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. So I've written down gone beyond is Paragate, and then so Parasamgate.
I think Parasamgati means some means perfectly gone beyond or something like that. But this will come later because today I just
Right. Okay.
later we will go more detail into that one. Yeah, but I think para means beyond, gone beyond, and gone perfectly beyond. Some means perfect.
So beyond error. That's
No, beyond the samsara or beyond the samsara, and or the state of this sentient being state, gone beyond. Oh, sorry. No. Gone beyond the path of three previous paths.
Oh, I see.
Sorry. Now the teacher is making mistakes, so how can the student learn?
I have a question with regard to the fourth of the definitions of emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form. That I think I understand, which means that emptiness is not something that exists aside from or separate from.
Separate from emptiness.
From form in this case. Yeah.
You're right.
But then the fourth one, emptiness is not, and form is not other than emptiness. What is form is not other than emptiness? Is that, what's this how?
Yeah,
What do we say?
that is also similar.
Yeah.
So if you put aside, right, the form, then you won't actually find the emptiness. That very emptiness is actually is form in reality, right? You can't say literally form, but it is that. As I said, the color, you should check that one.
Mm-hmm.
So that very white color is emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no red color other than that white color. And that red color is not other than white color, something like that. And now I am confusing. Next time maybe we can go more deeper. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, any questions?
So the emptiness is not other than form and refers to the basis that's being used to, like in that case, for example, the mug, like you were saying. The mug disappears, so we cannot have the emptiness of mug because the mug is not there.
Now
Right?
only,
It's just like when you were referring to the subject and the object, like they were saying.
uh-huh.
So it's like referring to the basis of the. Can you
The basis,
do that? Yeah.
basis is this
The
mug,
yeah.
a mug, right?
So we can't have emptiness without the base, right? It has to have. We can't have emptiness of mug without the mug.
Right,
Is that
right.
what this is? The third part is.
Right.
Okay.
Actually, this mug, when you think about mug, goes, think, it will disappear.
Mm-hmm.
What will left is that emptiness of the mug. So then slowly, when that come closer, or you can say, if it appears, it turns into something else, a mug. That emptiness itself will slowly turns into mug for the confused and the mistaken mind. In the unmistaken mind, uncontaminated wisdom, the mug doesn't appear to that wisdom. Never mind, we will go that. But I think we get kind of a rough understanding. So, but next time we will go further. We will get more understanding of that one. Okay, that's it? Okay, then we'll stop because you have to go a long way.
So, we'll do dedication. Should we do mandala offering and then dedication?
Yeah, mandala offering and then dedication. Yeah.
So, page 30.
Page 30.
Middle page 30. This ground anointed with perfumes, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, four continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this is a Buddha field and offering. May all living beings enjoy this ceremony. May my venerable Lama's light be firm, his white divine actions spread in the 10 directions. May the torch of teachings of Losang always remain, dispelling the darkness of all beings in 3 realms. Idam Guru and then page we'll start with page 33. The Sharlam Perfect Lamas of Rinpoche. You who uphold the Sadhura's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading mantras of victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior, myself, and others, your disciples, please live long. And then long life prayer for as well as the Dalai Lama. In the land and Sutra mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chiri Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Savior, the snowline teachings and transmigratory beings, who makes extremely clear the path that is unification of emptiness and compassion. The Lotus Hold of Tenzin Gyatso besiege all, may all your wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. May the glorious Guru's lives be long and stable. May all beings equally extend the space of happiness. May I and others without exception accumulate merit and purify negativities, and may we be blessed to quickly attain Buddhahood. Due to the merit of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Guru Buddha, and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the Supreme Bodhicitta that has not yet risen, rise and grow. May that which has risen up and nourished, increase more and more. Just as the great Manjushri and Manjushri realize things as they are, I also dedicate all these merits in the best way, that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with the dedication praise has passed by the victorious ones thus gone of the 3 times, so that I may perform the noble bodhisattva's deeds.
Okay. Thank you.
No, I live in Ajax.